Hi guys, Brian Warford here, Brian the Builder on Instagram. Today on the show we're talking termite treatment. So first I'll talk to you about the products that I'm using. This is BoraCare. You can get it online from a number of different sources, and it's designed to treat wood in the framing so that the termites can't come up through the wood. If they do come up and they consume the BoraCare, it shuts down their digestive system and they die. And so I've got a mixer, a bucket from Lowe's, a measuring bucket from Lowe's, and BoraCare that I ordered online. And so I'm going to set the phone down in just a second so I can mix it up. You need to follow carefully the instructions on the BoraCare bottle. It's very, very thick liquid, and so I poured it out into the large bucket, and then I poured 2 quarts of warm water at the time into the BoraCare container, rinsed it out really good, and poured that water into the Lowe's bucket. So I'm gonna set the phone down for a minute and get my mixing ready to go. So I've got my drill with my impeller on it, and I'm wearing gloves that I bought from BoraCare. I believe they're nitrile gloves, so you want to make sure you're well protected. I've got on long pants, long sleeve shirt, wear glasses so my eyes are protected, and I'm doing this outside. If you're doing it inside, you need to wear the recommended mask that they tell you about. And so I'm going to set my impeller down in here, and you can really feel how thick that liquid is in the bottom. So I've just got my drill on low, and I'm going to start mixing it up. And it tells you to mix it for about 5 minutes. So back to you in a little bit. Okay, so I've come over to the job site. I mentioned that I mixed that up at my retail store because I don't have water at the job site yet. And so I mixed up the solution of 1-to-1 BoraCare with warm water. Warm water helps it dissolve better. And I've put that in my handy dandy backpack sprayer. And I was originally just going to do the wood framing on top of the superior walls, but I was talking with an insect specialist, and he said go ahead and spray the BoraCare on the inside of the superior walls, on the foam bits and on the edge of the concrete at the bottom of the superior walls. Also, where my garage is going in, superior walls, went ahead and put some wood framing on the end of that to make the framer's job easier. So I'm going to spray that real good on both sides. The other product that I'm using is a product that I learned about from Matt Reisinger on the Build Show. You should check out his channel for sure. And this is a product from Termimesh. It's called Termistop, and it is a very fine stainless steel mesh that will not let termites through. And so anywhere that pipes penetrate the concrete, the termites can actually get through those little bitty spaces between the pipes and the concrete, especially if the concrete shrinks a little bit as it dries. And so this collar is going to get lowered by my guys doing the concrete. They said they wanted to do that. The mesh is going to fan out about an inch down here, about an inch below, inch to an inch and a half below the top of the slab. So it'll be embedded in the concrete, and any termite that tries to come up through there will not be able to make it. It's real easy to apply. You just order these from Termistop. You take a little video test, and then you get authorized to buy these. And they've got a tightening collar over here that lets you snug it up tight against the plumbing penetrations in the slab. So we'll be doing the Termistop on all these pipes. You can see where I've put yellow tape to let the concrete guys know that every pipe needs to have one of those on it. So I just taped the Termistop pieces to each of those so that they can lower them to the appropriate height as they're starting to pour the slab tomorrow. So I'm gonna don my backpack sprayer here and get after it. All right, so you can see I've started spraying with my backpack sprayer. I'm going up about 2 feet, and I'm just gonna go all the way around the perimeter. I'm gonna spray it on the foam, and I don't know if it'll actually penetrate the foam. I doubt it, but at least if some of the termites come up in the gaps, they'll encounter this on the surface. So I'm just going to go all the way around with this process, and you might be interested in why to use Boracare. I'm doing it for environmental reasons. I'll clean out this little bay here. The traditional method is to spray about 200 or 300 pounds of chemicals on the ground, and that wears out eventually, and I just don't think it's good for the environment. So borate is a naturally occurring substance, and it's toxic to the buggies. So this is a great solution so as not to have to dump a bunch of chemicals all over the surface under the slab. Okay guys, so it's a beautiful sunset here on a Monday evening in Nashville, and I've been all the way around the perimeter of the basement with the 1-to-1 Boracare and water solution. That was enough to do the concrete bottoms of each of these reinforced concrete stud bays, and all the foam to about 18 inches to 2 feet up. I did this because I wanted to discourage the termites from coming up through the cracks between the slab and the bottom of the walls, and the insect exterminator that I talked to said that the Boracare will adhere to that concrete and catch them as they come through any gaps that are there. Also, he explained to me that termites love foam insulation even more than wood, and that they can tunnel up in either spray foam or pre-applied foam like we have on the superior walls here, and make nests inside there, and you'll never know they're there because they don't come out to the surface, and they can wreak havoc that way. So I'm hoping that spraying the foam will prevent some of that from happening. And then also once the framing gets attached to the top of the walls, I'll be spraying that with the same product. So I hope you've enjoyed this video on how to prevent termite